Okay, hi and hello friends, and welcome back to Sweet Smith Home. Today is the video we've all been waiting for, right? I am testing a little early, so today's test, if it's negative, I'm not too worried. If it's positive, I'm going to be pretty reserved until I test again tomorrow and the next day and see what happens with the line. It will either get darker or it will fade. I did test out my trigger yesterday. The test looked negative until it dried, and then I could see like a super faint line. So I still think that it's safe to go ahead and start taking a real test. So I'm going to use the first response. Early results 6 days from your missed period, which would be today. Let's do this. So it looks like this. And I'm just going to lay it flat. I will see you in 3 minutes. I just want to clarify that I will be taking multiple tests. Today's test, honestly, I probably shouldn't have even tested today because it won't matter. Like if there is a faint line, I think that line could still disappear. If there's no line, a line could still reemerge in the next day or so. So let's do this. Okay. I want to see first. Okay, there is a faint line, but it's so faint. I don't trust it yet. Okay, let's talk a little bit. For those who might be new here, we are going through an IUI cycle. We're struggling with secondary infertility unexplained, so we jump straight to a medicated IUI with a trigger shot. And you can see all those videos in the playlist that I'll link below. My thoughts are the line does appear slightly darker than the last time I tested, but the last time I tested we're on those cheap little tiny strips. They came in like a big box, and then I ran out of those, which I thought was like, oh, perfect timing, because now I can use the early response test. But because it's like a better test, I'm a little nervous that even though the line looks darker, that it still could be a false positive. So I am going to test over the next like 4 days, and so we'll just see what happens. If the line gets darker, then I think I'll know tomorrow. I think it will be obvious if the line is darker or if it's lighter. So I want to hope, but yet I don't know. I don't want to get caught up on a false positive. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
This time I need to wait it out. Hold on tight, there's a storm standing in the eye. lights up the sky tonight, making everything alright. You may think that you've lost me already, can't tell that you doubt me, but I'm still your girl. You may think that you've lost me already, but when things get heavy, I am still. When things get heavy, yeah.
Well, friends, this was not how I wanted to finish out this video. I'm pretty shocked still, honestly. I was feeling really hopeful. I had some pretty intense, like, cramping and even, like, heartburn and nausea to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm definitely pregnant. But then they just went away. So I had that first test that I took 8 days post IUI, and there was a faint positive. So I didn't want to get my hopes up because I wasn't for sure the trigger was still out. And days 8, 9, and 10, it just got lighter and lighter until it disappeared. Today is the day my clinic told me to test and call them. And sadly, it is very negative. I was using the first response early results test because that's what I've always used. And I couldn't get rid of this, like, I kept seeing this, like, vapor line, like, almost like an evap line, but I could see it was like a ghost line. I don't know if it was just an indent. You really had to strain your eyes to see it, but I was just kind of holding on to the hope that maybe that was, like, going to start getting darker, but over, like, 3 days, it did not get darker. So finally today, I went ahead and switched to a clear blue, and I took both tests at the same time, the digital and the non-digital. And the non-digital was very clear. It was negative, stark white negative, no indent, no vapor line, nothing. And then the digital obviously said not pregnant. So that's where we are. Sadly, our IUI was not successful. We might try again. I will update you guys in a few weeks. I just want to take the time, enjoy life a little bit. We have some really fun videos coming up that you will see soon with our other 2 kids. We're going on a really fun family vacation and we're surprising the kids, and so I'm just really excited, and so I'm just going to enjoy that, and then afterwards I'll sit down with Dallas and we will kind of hash out what our next steps are, if there are any next steps. So if you do want to be in the know, do make sure that you're subscribed and that you hit the bell. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!